In this lesson, we're going to take a look at Up All Night by Widespread Panic. So it starts out with this one intro section, which I'll show you, and then there's the verse chords, then the chorus chords, basically all one section. And then there's a little bit of soloing that we'll talk about. Do you want to finally understand how your favorite jam band songs are being played, develop your own style with it, and sound good in the process? This is the place. I'm Quinn, and this is the Tough Club Premium plan. Inside, you'll get access to full video lessons breaking down iconic jam band songs fit for all skill levels through 2 separate courses. Some of these lessons might include guitar solos, technique walkthroughs, and bite-sized mini lessons. Plus, you also get fresh tablature every week. Jerry Garcia, Trey, Derek Trucks, Goose, you name it, I'm making the tabs and posting them every Saturday. You'll get instant access to everything for just $25 a month, and you can start out with a 7-day free trial. Let's make the music that you love make sense. I'll see you on the inside. So, let's start out with the intro. This is what it sounds like. Let's take a look at the chords in the verse. You're starting out with an A minor, and you got a G, F, C. A minor, G, F, C. You got an A minor, G, F, D minor, right? And this sort of ends the verse going into the chorus, which is very simple. If you're a beginner player or an intermediate player and you haven't learned bar chords yet, you're going to notice that in a lot of these song tutorials, that is what I use. I don't really use open chords because it's much easier to control bar chords. So, if you have not learned them yet, go over to the lesson in the course called Bar Chords. I guarantee you that's going to show you exactly what I just did there, and it's going to do huge things for your playing. It is one of those things that you just kind of have to learn because you're going to get to the point where you have to play a B flat, right? Not in this song, but at some point. And you're not going to be able to play that as an open chord. So it's best to just learn it now and get it over with. Now, coming out of that last line, you go into the chorus. So you got A minor, G, F, D minor. Then the chorus is just an F to a C. Happens 4 times, and then you're back into the verse. So for the intermediate approach to soloing, all we're going to do is expand what we know from this A minor pentatonic using the relative minor. Now, if you're an intermediate player and you have not checked out that lesson yet, or you don't recognize what I'm talking about, I highly recommend doing so. You should know all of the major pentatonic scales, which come from the cage system, and then you should know what the relative minor is. I'm going to start sort of assigning lessons before you do these song tutorials so that you know exactly what will obviously help you to get through the lesson most, but then give you the skills that you need to apply it outside of just the one song that we're learning. So in this case, we're talking about A minor. The relative major of that is C major. So what that means is that you should take all of those C major pentatonic shapes that you know and find the 6th note, right, which is an A. Again, all of this is in that relative minor lesson. Right, so you find all of those A's, right, the 6th note, and that becomes your new root. You're still using the exact same scales, but you're just focusing on a new root note, right? If I wanted to go here. All I'm doing is taking the exact same scales, but now thinking about it in A minor. So for soloing over this, I want this to sort of be your trial run if you don't know the relative minor. So take everything that you learned from that one lesson and bring it to this solo. Don't worry too much about the phrasing. Just think about how can I use these C major pentatonic shapes, but now apply that A as a new root note and see what it sounds like? This is what my approach would sound like for the intermediate approach to soloing. Good luck with this lesson, and let me know if you have any questions.